Am I live? Good. Hello world. This is my YouTube series where I am recording my work on new version of Tomato 1, which is my Pomodoro app. And what better way to work on that other than by using my existing Pomodoro app and actually doing some Pomodoros. Okay, before I start, I just want to get some music going because it's not gonna be too loud for you. Shouldn't be too bad. So here's where I am with this. Let me show you. Let me open Xcode. So this is a macOS app written entirely in SwiftUI. That's the plan, at least. I don't know if I'll be able to accomplish that plan. I'll do my best for sure. So let's see what we have so far from the new version. Here we go. So here's the existing version and here's the new version. And in order to start my Pomodoro session right now, I'm gonna need to have a clear task defined. So, oh no, that's not it. Here's the list. Let me close that actually. Okay, Tomato 2. So next thing is a timer showing remaining time. So I already have a timer going, but now I want to actually have a working clock going. So let me start. And okay, so this video, like every one of these videos, will be just one Pomodoro session, because that's how I work on this. I try to do like one session a day on this because I don't have a lot of free time, but I guess I'm trying to take the approach of like non-zero days, which is you wanna do at least a little bit of work every day. So like do anything do anything that's bigger than zero. That's I mean, I did it for like 2 months earlier this year on another project, and it's really working. So that's the plan, at least one Pomodoro, working on Pomodoro every day. Okay, starting my session now, and the goal for this session is to get this timer working. So actually last time you guys saw me on YouTube, I was just putting together these icons, and I can tell you that I was successful. So I also have it refactored a little bit. So now I have two main views called start button and pause button, and they don't do anything yet, but each one defines a shape inside here and a size for this shape, and then just an action what happens. So the definition of shape button is right here, and it's very simple. It's just a button, and inside the button we have a Z stack, which this is something I had to do, something special, clickable area. So when I was using just SVG, and when I would click in between the lines, that would not register as a click. So instead I had to use Z stack and add something called clickable area, and this is just something that I found on Stack Overflow, like you do clear color, content shape, something. It's just a trick that makes this work. I don't even care how it works. Clearly, like SwiftUI will have problems like that as we start to use it. So let's go here to content view, and right here we are calling circle view. So circle view is defined like this, and it has those two coaxial circles. And then it has text, which is hardwired currently. So I guess let me start with an environment object. So this is how you do it. Behind that, SwiftUI environment object. I think there already may be one, maybe. Oh, here we go. So right now I use the core data template from Xcode, and that will use a default managed object context as your environment object. So that's not what I want. And so to tell you the truth, I've actually done this before on another app that I was playing with. So I'm gonna try to just copy that right now because I don't wanna parse Google at the moment, and my Sublime is clearly not working with Swift syntax highlighting, which is fine. So this is what I did earlier. Like here I was setting the environment for manage object context from core data, but then I was calling environment object and providing my own special environment object. Let's format this a little bit. Okay, and in the other project, which is like a Spotify app, I had a tracks manager, but in this instance I'll have something else. So let me just create a new group, call it models, and I'll do it like in the previous versions of Tomato app. I used to call this like I think it was like a timer state. So it doesn't really matter what you call it. You can always rename a file, and you can always rename a class, and it's really easy. So let's call it, and also I'm a little bit tired right now, so there's a chance that I will not be making 100% sense all the time, but timer state, let's call it that. So here's my model. Let's create a class called timer state, and let's go back here to my other project, and let's just try to copy a little bit from this tracks manager. Where was it? Tracks Swift. I wonder where it's defined. Find folder class. Here we go. It's model/track. And this really sucks without the Swift highlighting, so let me install that real quick. Okay, I think I have to, oh, here we go, good. So my tracks manager used to, okay, so it's an observable object, that's how you do it, clearly. What's this? Oh, this is something else. Okay, so this is a observable object, and it would have to, we would probably have to include SwiftUI and combine probably. So let's do that. So now we have a timer state, which is an observable object. So now how do we define the state here? One option would be, okay, so you do like published var. One thing you could do is like track remaining time, like that. And that would be maybe like integer, which would be the number of seconds. That's definitely one way to do it. What's wrong with published? Oh, it's published. So that's one way to do it, and I'm probably gonna change this a million times before I agree with myself on a solution. But if we do it like this, then we have to have a timer, and that timer would have to update this variable each time, and I don't like that very much, because if we're talking about like combined style, you know, like reactive programming, the idea is that you have multiple sources, or like sources of data that change, and then you build your little new nodes that are connected to the sources, and they will combine the sources and create something new. So really, remaining time is not the source of truth. It's like a step in processing these sources of truth. The real source of truth, like there would be two of them. One would be the current time. The other would be the time that we started. So let me just try doing this. Like start, session start. Let's call this. Let's have it be a date, an optional date too, because we just wanna make sure that if it's not there, that means no session is running. So that's the time where your session started. Okay, now we're gonna have to go to SwiftUI, combine, and figure out if we can do something with date, hopefully. I've never done this before, so this is not supposed to be like an educational video. You're just here, stuck with me, figuring this out together. Okay. Okay, that seems like a pretty long book. I don't even know what's going on here, but let me look for date. Oh, interesting. Look at that. So we get like timer to publish. It's very interesting. Timer publisher. That's, I mean, it kind of sounds like what I'm looking for, right? Timer publisher. I don't know. Okay, so let's go here to content view. First of all, let me just try using this session start and ignore any current time. I'm gonna go here to app delegate. I'm gonna make sure that we're using this new class timer state. And now, in content view, first thing I'd like to do is maybe go here into circle view and look for my clock and just do this as a separate view. I think that would make sense. Let me do new file and call it clock view. Here it is. So, I mean, it's gonna be kind of easy. Just this stuff. Go back here. Okay, oh, what's going on here? Completely messed up my indentation. Oh, I know why. It messed up my indentation because this is not part of any class. So I don't remember how to, I don't need these preview, I don't use them, I'm sorry. It's a really cool feature, but I don't use them. Okay, so we're gonna create a clock view here, and this clock view will just be returning whatever we had here. Like that, like this, not like that, okay. Okay. Okay, so that's my clock view, and now I'm gonna connect it to my environment object. So let me go back to my previous project again. This was my, so tracks manager is my environment object basically, and it's trying, and it's publishing the tracks variable. So now I need to go to the consumer of this variable, which is my some UI. So there's the songs table. Here we go. So here inside songs table, we're kind of telling it that my view needs to have access to this environment object. In this case, it's going to be called timer state, and its tab will be timer state, like that. Okay, I got this going now. So that should be enough. I should be able to, this is kind of strange. Where's the return statement, right? Will this still work? Because I want to do some debugging inside of this method. Maybe it's like a bad idea, but whatever. Let's go here and let's do like, let's print out starting time, or like session start time. And that would be timer state, oh, nope, dot session start. And we are expecting this to be nil at all times for now, because we never change it. And there it is, it's nil. So that's good. That's good at the moment. We need to do more. Oh, let's go here to my timer state, and let's look at this timer publisher. I'm really curious what that will be. Timer publisher. I mean, is this a is this a variable? How does that, okay. Interesting. Some kind of extension. Doesn't make sense. Oh, so if you want to use it in some place like this, you have to bind them, right? You have to do like this $, I think. But no, that only applies with state variable. If I do here, I'm doing like tracks manager at tracks. I'm not using the $, I'm just accessing the variable directly. And in this example, it just updates automatically. So that's interesting. Let's try something else now. Okay, how do I do this now? Let me get the current time somewhere. Now equals date. And let's just find, okay, so what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to figure out how many seconds have elapsed since I started. Seconds elapsed equals 0. Now, if let start time equals timer state, I'm probably doing it wrong right now because I'm not supposed to be writing like imperative code like that, but I'm just playing around. So if we have a start time, then seconds elapsed will be how many? I guess like now, seconds. Now, dot seconds, time interval since 1970 minus, okay, minus start time, time interval since whatever. So I should have seconds elapsed, it seems. So what I'm gonna do with this number? Well, I guess I'm just gonna go and see how many seconds are remaining. So total minutes is 25, that's the Pomodoro duration, and let seconds remaining equals total minutes times 60 minus seconds lapse. So that's how many seconds I got left. And right now I'd like to format these seconds, but I don't want to waste time with that right now because it's just not that interesting. What's going on here? That's fine. Or we can make it like a double instead. Okay, that's fine. What's your problem now? Should be double too? Okay. So let me do quick and ugly formatting. Okay, let's do like minutes remaining. And that would be seconds remaining. Divided by 60. Like, well, should this be enough? Will this floor, like, will this do like a rounding down? Hope so. I'm not sure actually. Now we're gonna think I'm not very smart, but I'm just tired. Let me do like 65 divided by 60 in Python. Okay, never mind. Okay, never mind. Let's just try this. Let's do seconds. Let's just do minutes and seconds. And so seconds will be minutes. Oh, come on, I'm tired. Seconds remaining minus minutes times 60. Okay, this should do. Let's just put it in this text label right here. Minutes, seconds. Let's try it. Oh, come on. Come on. Double and end. Okay. Let's try it again. Very cool. But I would prefer a integer. So let me go here like that. Okay, this is how many minutes are remaining. As you can see, we only have a single zero here, but I will later find some library to do this for me. I don't care much about formatting numbers manually. So I'm not gonna waste any more time here. Or should I? No, I'm not going to do that. Actually it's kind of ugly, so we'll just do it quickly. Swift, bad with zeros, but quickly. I don't want to waste time on this. Here we go, that's what I was looking for. This is exactly what I was looking for. Let's do it here, string format. And the first number will be minutes, and the second number will be seconds. Good. So this is how many minutes I got left on my clock. The only problem is now, okay, so now it pretends like it stopped. Let's change that real quick. Actually, I need something like Swift combine derived property, because in my timer state, like I don't wanna, I mean, this is the source of the truth. If this is nil, it means we're paused or like stopped. This is not nil, it means we're running. So I need to do like a derived property that will like basically depends on that. See what I'm saying? Like, but what's the easy way to, like, what's the right and there has to be a correct and easy way, preferably at the same time. Pass through subject. How to do this? Oh, interesting. No. And I think this is like a very new feature that came in Swift 5.1. Okay. What is this stuff? Doesn't make any sense to me. This doesn't make any sense at all. I have no idea. I have no clue what's going on here. Swift property wrappers. What is all this stuff? No, this is not what I need. SwiftUI derived property is what I'm looking for. Derived state, even state. Oh my goodness. Change. Okay. No, there has to be a better way to do this. Okay, I'm gonna have to read up on this a little bit. I'll do it off my video. But okay. I mean, I obviously don't have a good enough understanding to actually implement this right now. And this is what I need, a combined framework that will have just like another variable which will depend on the other variable at all times. But how do I do that? I don't know. Object binding. Oh man. Object binding. State. Is this what I need? Is state what I need? No. It's like, what is it called? Published. Swift published. Derived. Okay, never mind that. I guess you know what I'm looking for. It's just, that's the old way to do it. The pass-through subject slash, that's the old way to do it. Let me see here if I may have been doing something like that over here. Don't think so, actually. Never mind. SwiftUI observable object published. Okay, let's go back here. This is not useful right now, and I have very little time left on my tonight's Pomodoro, so. Observe object. Is this how you're supposed to do this? Observe, is this? Let's go back here. I just wanna start this right now. Like, if I go here to content view, and I should have a start button here. If I go to my start button, I want to make sure that I can actually start this thing with this button. So let's go to my button. Make sure it's using the environment object. And when you click it, I want to say self timer state started at session start equals current date. This is what I want to do. And if I go here to content view, I want to be able to decide. Again, this is what I need, but I want to be able to decide if timer state dot session start equals nil. If there's no session start, it means it's not running. So I want to render the start button. Otherwise, I want to render the pause button. Start button, pause button, no way. Okay, good. So it actually started a little bit, but it's right now it's not depending on the current time at all. But this is progress here. So this is good. But what I really want to do, and this is my homework for the next session, is I don't want to say session start equals nil. I want to say if timer state like is running, is if it's not running. If it's not running, render the start button, otherwise render the pause button. So what I really need here is like a var is running, which is a bool, which will return session start equals, not equals nil. If it doesn't equal nil, then it means that it's running. But this won't be alive like that. It has to depend on my session start variable, and it has to update each time this guy changes. So this is the thing I'm trying to figure out, because like this, there has to be a clean, easy way to do that. Like, you know, depends on session start. This is what I'm looking for. Obviously this doesn't exist, but this is what I'm looking for. So this is what I need to figure out. Let me see how much time I have left. Not much, but I can still do a little bit of Googling. Let's do SwiftUI combine dependent variable. Not derived, but dependent. I'm not seeing anything useful. This is interesting, this right here. Equivalent to computed properties. In imperatives with this comment is compromised the requirement access to that applicant state. Let's say I have this class. Okay, that's what you do. Combine freezes. I can add publish to store, but not for computed properties. That's exactly my problem. Keep it updated. That's not what I want to do at all. This is completely stupid. I'm not doing that. Subscriber. I don't know. Also sounds stupid. You should declare a pass-through subject in your observable object. Okay, I'll do that. You know what? I'll do that. Right here. That's my pass-through subject. And in a did set of your published var, you will use a method called send. This is still completely stupid to do it like that. Like, I mean, this is ridiculous. But I'll have to watch this talk, but this doesn't sound like what I need. Okay, first, let me see if it's gonna be currently failing. If I just, you know, if I just do it, hold on, no, I'm not taking a break. Give me a few seconds, okay, please. So that doesn't work because it's running, it's not live yet, but I'm gonna try and make it come live. So I'm gonna get rid of published here. I don't know what this is, but in here I'm gonna say did set, and I'm gonna say object will change. That's send. I think so. So whenever I change the session start variable, it will send a signal to my pass-through subject. So that works now, but it's still pretty ugly. I mean, I guess it's the only solution we have for now. Pretty sure there's gonna be something new. Oh, I need to be able to stop it too. Hold on, give me a second here. I really want to be able to do that. So pause button should stop it, right? So we need to bind it to my environment object. And when you want to do that, you want to stop it. Like that. Just set the session start to nil. Started. Imagine is running. Stop it. Perfect. Start, stop, perfect. So, okay, that's enough for today. I'm really tired. One Pomodoro was enough. I made a little bit of progress on this task. I am not finished with it by any measure, but I'm still happy. And I learned a little bit. There's a lot more to learn, but anyway, maybe I'll do a little bit more work on this sometime between tomorrow's session, but I'll explain it to you when we get to it. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon again with my episode number 3. This is 2, by the way.